Joel 2 verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. It is time to spread the undiluted gospel to the dying world. An expository moment wrapped up with the power of the Holy Ghost. This is Pure Gospel Moment with Mark Miracle. Get set for an encounter with the God who changes identity.
Life lessons from Ruth, part 2. Ruth chapter 2 from verse 1 to 23. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. Remember, Naomi married into the family of Elimelech, and his name of the name of the mighty man we are talking about this evening is called Boaz. And Ruth the Moabite, the next verse, said unto Naomi, let me go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, go, my daughter. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reaper, and her heart was to light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. Ruth had followed the mother-in-law back to her mother-in-law's place. Okay, you have learned how to do it. And in the mother-in-law's place, there was a man called Boaz. Remember, the other daughter-in-law went her own way, but Ruth followed Naomi. So when Ruth got to Naomi's place, in the kindred of Elimelech, there is a man called Boaz. This man is very wealthy, a mighty man. Very wealthy and what? A mighty man. And he had a farm. So Ruth beckoned on the mother-in-law. We are just coming back. We know you lost your husband, I lost mine too. But please, can I just go to look for a farm to work? Ruth never allowed that circumstances around her to tie her down. Never allow circumstances reduce you to nothing. Despite what had happened, you can't sit down folding your hands. Ruth couldn't just folding her hands and say, let me just stay. Nothing. I just lost my husband. My mother-in-law just lost her children. My mother-in-law just lost the husband too. Everything has gone upside down. Let me just relax myself here and just sleep and just be crying to God. No. That was not the story of Ruth. She beckoned and Naomi, can I go and look for a farm where I can work? When you don't keep yourself busy, Satan uses that moment to remind you some things you have forgotten. Remind you some things you are fighting against. Remind you some negative things. This thing happened in your family. That thing happened in your family. You lost this one, you lost that one. Despite her widowhood, she still got busy putting her hands to use. Ruth. Clean money is better than wealth built through questionable lifestyle. Ruth would have said, that time, let me go and look for who will be sleeping with me to be making money. Ruth never lived that kind of lifestyle. She decided to make clean money. Oh, my husband has gone. My mother-in-law is well with my mother-in-law. Her own husband has gone to nobody to provide for this family. It's time for me to live a questionable lifestyle. Ruth never did that. Rather, she put her hands to use. When you are hardworking, you attract not just rich men, but well-blessed great men. As women, a woman that is hardworking attracts not just rich men, but men who are blessed. Do you understand me now? The next verse says, and behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, those working in his farm now, the Lord be with you. And they answered him, the Lord bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servant that was set over the reapers, whose damn stead is this? Boaz saw Ruth in the same farm working with others. You can imagine a farm where men were working. They saw only one woman. She said, whose damn stead is this? This young beautiful girl, her age mates are in the streets living questionable lifestyle, but she's in the farm working. Whose damn stead is this? And the servant that was set over the reapers, next verse, answered and said, it is a Moabitish damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers. This is Ruth now begging Boaz, the owner of the farm, please permit me to walk. So she came and had continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from thence, but abide here fast with thine maiden. Let thine eyes be on the field that thou didst reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? And when thou art athirst, go unto the vessels and drink of that which the young men have drawn. This man Boaz looked at Ruth and began to favor Ruth. Pardon me. Said, I've charged these young men to watch over thee. None of them will defile you. None of them will come to even take you for granted. They will even protect you. They will watch over you, because I've seen you are a hard-working person. So let me even support you more. They will protect you. When you are thirsty, please go to that place, draw water and eat and drink. A wise and hard-working lady, let me tell you this, always attracts God's favor. This part of Ruth's teaching addresses more of the women. A wise and hard-working lady does what? Attracts God's favor. When you are wise and hard-working, you attract God's favor. As a woman, you don't attract favor. People don't favor you. Put you inside there. Those of you who will be listening to this audio via MP3 format or online, as a woman, let me let you know this. You attract God's favor when you are hardworking, not when you are a junction to every young man. When God sees that you can't fight for yourself, He sends men who can protect you. Ruth was in a situation where she cannot fight for herself. She can't even fend for herself, but Boaz saw her and said, this young lady, you are just too hardworking. Hey, young men, protect her. Watch over her. In a strange land, you can use humility and appreciation to gain favor. The next verse says, then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said unto him, why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger? Ruth bowed down to appreciate Boaz. What a humble woman. Bowed down. You say, oh, mighty man Boaz, what did you see in me to show me such favor? Seeing that I'm also a strange man. Humility and appreciation makes you to gain favor. Don't live a life where you are not humble. Don't live a life where you don't appreciate. It will make you lose favor. Life lessons from Ruth. You don't appreciate anything they give to you. You are not humble. You don't respect. You don't appreciate anything. You will lose favor. You are making yourself lose favor in the future. Lack of humility and appreciation equals lack. Equals a life of lack. Learn to be humble. Learn to be appreciative. That little thing Boaz did for Ruth, Ruth laid that flat to appreciate Boaz. And then later on, as we keep on studying to the next verse and next verse, you will see that Boaz finally married Ruth and even made Ruth very great in a land that was not her own. The next verse. And Boaz answered and said unto her, it had fully been shown me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law. Somebody say record. Everything you do, people are looking at it. Boaz was not with the mother-in-law in the land where their husbands died. But he said, it has fully been shown me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and mother and land of thy nativity, and hast come unto a people which thou knowest not. The other daughter-in-law left, but Ruth followed this woman. And Boaz said, I heard all these things. You even came to risk the journey, came to a land where you don't know. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. He was telling him, God bless you. Let me tell you, the good you do today will save you tomorrow. You understand me now? That is the good Ruth did the last time, but it's saving her at the present time. The good she did to the mother-in-law, she never forsake. You can imagine that mother-in-law left alone, only her, taking that journey to the family of Elimelech. But Ruth said, I won't leave you, I will follow you. You are in the same condition that I am in, so I will follow you. That was a huge good. The people you help today will come back to favor you tomorrow. It will come back as favor tomorrow. How you serve God today determines what you can withdraw from Him tomorrow. I used to tell you I don't lack. I have never lacked anything. God keeps giving me testimony. You can't come into a church where you see your pastor is carpenter, your pastor is electrician, your pastor is keyboardist, your pastor is this. Even when it's not convenient with me, I do it. Yet you think you can't learn anything from your pastor. Even when, as I'm talking to you, it's on record. They won't edit it, but let them leave it. As I'm preaching to you now, my eye is turning me hunger. Not that there is no food, not that there is no money. No chance since morning for me to sit down to buy food and eat. From morning till this very time. All I've been looking for is just a little simple time for me to eat. No way. Yet, when he came in with laptop, I said, that time I should use it to go and eat. We started fixing the laptop. This one I went to run around to get a canopy welded. I still went to the place they are welding the canopy because we have a program on Friday. Despite how tired I am, I can still serve in every time. Today I've operated in technical. I have operated as a sanctuary. I'm the one that swept and cleaned this place and arranged it over to the altar. I'm the one that played keyboard today. I'm the one that I'm preaching. Why would God bless me? As I speak to you as at this afternoon, God has cleared my house rent till 2024, not 2023. 2020 what? 4, not 2023. Like 2023, I'm not owing. Till 2024, God cleared it today. You can't serve God and God overlook you. Are you hearing me now? It's not magic. It's not prayer. It's not prayer. Even in the video, you come pray, hit your head for what? You don't do the instruction that comes with those prayers. It does not work like that. God has a way of just making things easy for His people. Learn from the Bible. If you can't learn from the Bible, learn from the Bible you are seeing in your pastor. Every one of us, we are Bible, we are books, they are reading us. What you can withdraw from God tomorrow is determined on what you are depositing today as service. I'll keep on teaching on service until you know the essence and what service truly is. Service with your strength. Service with your finance. Many people here, you have never any day come to this altar and carry 100 naira and drop as seed, apart from your offering. Like 100 naira on your own, carry it, drop on altar, say, God, this is my seed. You have not done it, apart from altar, apart from offerings and tithes. Even tithes, most of you don't pay tithe. How can the prayer, how can the prayer and praying for outside that is working now start working with you inside here? Ruth stood out in a land that was not her land because a record of what she did. How can people be calling me online every day testifying and you inside this house can't be testifying? Check yourself now. Check yourself. Is it okay? You are too close to the prophet now. It's Mark Miracle. I know him now. It's Anthony Nyechi's husband. I know him. That's why you know me now. That's why you have not been testifying. Change the mentality. Change it. Do what? Change it. The person that cleared my rent is somebody I prayed for online too and believed wholeheartedly. Testimonies entered. Testimonies have been entering back to back to back to back to back to back. Somebody from another church every Saturday brings fuel to this church. Somebody that can tell you most of you are doing more well than. Every Saturday you see somebody carry a gallon of fuel. She does not worship you on Sunday. She's in another church. Pastor in another church. Even there's 2 liter, 1 liter, the person will bring it. I'll tell Gideon, go and pour it. The person knows what she's doing. The person saw grace. Say, let me tap to this grace. Many of you, 50 naira is better you tear it with your scissors than you come and drop it on this altar. You are doing yourself. God, I prayed. Did He answer me? How often have you gone even to stress yourself, to serve God, even you can't no longer serve again, yet you still stretch yourself and serve Him. The last card you have, I say, God, this last card is for something else, but let me serve you. Let me just use this last card for you. He's not pastor. I'm not going to eat that 15 naira. I don't feel buy me anything. The 100 naira can't buy me food. He can't. It can't even buy the fuel. But it's for your own good. Because God has a way He blesses people who can part with something. If you can't part with something, God can never part with His blessings for you. He will check you. He does not need that 100 naira for anything. He does not need that 1,000 for anything. He does not need that 50,000, 100,000 for anything. But He just wants to check your heart. Can He part with this? Can He part with this? Something happened. I told my wife, now I can tell myself that I am dead to money. That there are some money I will see like this, I will lose them, I will give it to people. I'll tell her that this one now, there is somebody that came to work on something, the person will tell me, this one I will give, this one I'll pay, this one I'll pay. So you know when women are around, they will help you to price well. And I tell my wife, jovial, I say, if you were not here, all this money that is in my hand, I will give all of them. Then later I will not enter inside the house and say, child, I've given all my money. Do you understand that kind of? When I'm giving it, I won't say anything, but when I now reach, I say, child, I've given all my money. So that thing happened, and when the person left, I say, babe, thank you for pricing today. Today I didn't give all my money. And I now looked at a voice told me, you have learned to part with things. Money means nothing to me. There is no money I have. I have emptied my account over and over for God's work. There is no money I can give. God knows why this message is coming to somebody. We are talking about Ruth. Ruth's own was that a land she never knew. She stressed herself. Say, I follow you, Ruth. Mama Naomi, I follow you. As we study into next week, we will see the blessings that it accorded Ruth. The next verse. Then she said, let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid, though I be not like to one of thine handmaid. And said unto her, at meantime, come thou hither, and eat of the bread, and dip thy muzzle in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and they reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, let her glean even among the sheep, and reproach her not. She was enjoying protection. Can I get another battery? And left far, and she took it up and went into the city. And her mother-in-law saw that she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her, and she had reserved after, and she had reserved after she was sufficed. As in, she had a lot from the work she did. She even had a reserve and took to the mother-in-law. Don't be confused with King James English. And her mother-in-law said unto her, where has that gleaned today? The mother-in-law is asking her now. We are going to learn serious lesson from this part. And her mother-in-law said unto her, where has that gleaned today? And where rottest thou? Blessed be he that take knowledge of thee. And she answered her mother-in-law, with whom she had wrought. And she said, a man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, blessed be he of the Lord, who had not left of his king's kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, the man is near of kin unto us, one of the next of kin. Naomi was explaining to Ruth certain things that Ruth needed to know, because Ruth opened up to Naomi. She went to a place the mother-in-law didn't know, but when she came back, she gave full report to the mother-in-law. A true son hides nothing from his father. A true daughter hides nothing from his mother, from her mother. Naomi opened up to the mother-in-law. This is where I went today. This is what the man did. This is the favor I enjoyed. If I look at the remaining things I brought, you can't call anybody your father or your mother who you hide something from. Am I speaking to somebody now? That you hide, even as little as what you are hiding. the person is not your mother, is not your father, both spiritual and physical. You don't. You must open up to those ahead of you, so that wherever they need to counsel you in anything, they counsel you. Naomi told her, that man is a good man. He's next of our king. Meaning it's a go ahead. Meaning your closeness to the person is permitted. There is a step you will take today as a minister here, as a preacher. You climb this altar today to preach. Tomorrow we see you on another altar. Good. We clap for you. God bless you for going, for God using you to go and preach at another altar. But did your father in the Lord, your founder, the one you are serving under, know where you are going to? Naomi said, Ruth said, mother, this is where I'm from. This is what they gave to me. This is what I am bringing as an evidence. You can't serve two masters at a time. People God placed over you trust you more when you open to them. The ones that God placed over you do what? Trust you more when you open up to them. When you don't open up to those ahead of you, you will think that they are still close to you. They are still, no, their mind have long shifted. Because, for instance, what they were supposed to hear from your mouth, they heard it from another person. The trust have died. What they were supposed to hear from you, another person said it to them. The trust has done what? Died. There's nothing I do today I don't let my father and the Lord know. There's no places I go I don't let them know. I tell them this is where I'm going to. So person called me, I'll send him a message. If it has to do even with security reasons, I say, Daddy, somebody like this called me, I'm going to such place. When you say lies to those God placed above you, you lose their trust forever when they discover your lies. You lose it what? Forever. Sometimes those above you, they may send you a message without monitoring you. They want to know if you will bring back change. They want to know if you respect what is not your own. The person may not call you back to tell you this is what you did, but the person have marked that, the person have ticked something on calendar. This part is a no-go area for this person. There is a song that says Anya Neloa. There is a big eyes watching this world. There is a big eyes also watching every one of us. People are watching me. People are also watching you. So don't allow any person use red pen to tick something. Say this one on red pen in my closet. I tick this person is good with this. This person is not good with this. Tick this one bad. But I won't tell the person. But this person will never see this part of me again, because I know it's a no-go area for that part. Are you understanding me now? Are you understanding me? So, learn to behave like Ruth. Today's word charge is not long. We have gone to the end. Learn to be trustworthy. Learn to be what? So that you don't lose a blessing that is waiting for you tomorrow. Learn to be answerable to your father. Those of you here who are ministers, members, ushers, workers, I have never invited anybody here to come and minister and the person does not take appropriate permission from who is above them, and they will permit them go. You can't be and say, I went to do something here. The person you are serving under will overlook it, but there are some level of confidence the person can put on you. I don't know if you understand me. Everybody is human being. God also is like that. Last verse, few to the last verse. And Ruth, the Moabite, said, he said unto me also. He's telling Naomi, see, mommy come. Ruth of the Moabite said, he said unto me also. I never talk finish, mom. See what he told me. That thou shalt fast by my young men. He told me to be around the young men until they have ended on my harvest. See, I should be watching over those young men. Mommy, are you seeing what he told me? Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, because the mother had already known that this is a good man from a good king. It is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not in any field. He said he should keep fast with the young men. But Naomi told him, go out with the maidens. He said, young men. Naomi replied her, maiden. There's always a place of advice. For the things you think you know, there are people that are not better. Finally, so she kept fast by the maiden of Boaz. Follow this again, the verse before this. And Ruth the Moabite said, he said unto me, thou shalt keep fast by the young men. Now see the next verse. So she kept fast by the maidens, because the mother advised her, keep fast by the maidens of Boaz, to cling unto the end of the barley harvest and of the wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. That is the last verse for today, verse 23. We've picked a few lessons from today's teaching. We've said that you should never allow circumstance reduce you. Despite what Naomi and Ruth passed through, immediately they got to their town, Ruth stood up to go and look for what to do. So I won't lie low like this because of this thing that has happened to me. Ruth was open to the mother-in-law. Ruth was trustworthy. Ruth went at extra mile to serve the mother-in-law. You also need to go at extra mile to do what? To serve God. And it starts this evening.
We believe you were blessed with today's episode of Pure Gospel Moment. For prayers, testimonies, or further inquiries, you can reach Mac Miracle on +234 812 328 8593. That is +234 812 328 8593. God bless you real good.